Barring a wild change in the order after Sunday's results in the NFL, the Carolina Panthers are likely looking at a top 10 pick, and that's great. We have our first round pick. We didn't trade it away. But, folks, I don't know if you remember, the Carolina Panthers do not have their second round pick this year. And that's significant because we are talking about a difference likely in 15 to 16 or even more draft spaces between where we would draft and where we're actually going to draft. So if you recall, Carolina Panthers were able to recoup a second round pick via the Rams in last year's draft. So now the Carolina Panthers own the second round pick of the Los Angeles Rams. And in case you didn't know, we were really pulling for the Rams to be terrible. The Rams are in the playoffs. So at a minimum, we're talking about 18th in the second round when the Carolina Panthers would pick when likely they could be picking in the top 5 or 6, and it could go even further into the 20s if the Rams win a game or two within the playoffs, which is absolutely a possibility. So now if you're sitting there and you're the Carolina Panthers and you're Dan Morgan and you're Brant Tillis and Dave Canales who wants to give input, I think the Panthers should strongly consider trading back from wherever they land. And the reason being is the Carolina Panthers are only going to have one pick in the top 50 right now. That's it. Now, I know things can change when we get up to the draft day or even before that if there's a team that wants to move up. But the Panthers are likely in this weird spot to where, yes, we do need a playmaker, and they're on the defensive side of the ball, in my opinion, and there's no doubt that that playmaker should be available in that 6 to 7 to 8 range. But the further down you get, if there's some weird stuff that happens, you seriously have to consider trading this back. And what I would say is if you can get a mid to late round first and an additional second round pick, then recouping 3 players within like the top 55, I think that's a much better situation than getting one player within the top 50, which is where the Carolina Panthers sit right now. Now, in case you have not followed and you're wondering about the additional picks, Panthers are actually doing well outside of this. So they have their third round, their fourth round. You have the Cowboys fourth. They have the Panthers fifth, the Giants fifth. Remember Brian Burns, Deontay Johnson trade, the fifth from the Ravens, and then a 7th round pick. They have one 7th round pick. Remember, there's some weird stuff going on with the additional pick, and I think Kansas City gets one. All the logistics that go into that. Panthers have a 7th round pick. So that's where things sit as they are today. So I do think the Panthers should strongly consider trading back. I think everyone here would hope that we can get a Mason Graham or an Abdul Carter. I don't know that they're going to be available where the Panthers are potentially picking around the 6th or 7th spot. So a lot can happen. Of course, I'm pulling for the Panthers to win just because I'm a fan and I want to see them go out strong. But I would not be mad if they lost and maybe a team or two in front of them ends up winning and puts us in a better position, maybe in the top 5 or top 4 to close out. And then, hey, really draft the playmaker. But anyways, we'd love to know your thoughts on that. What should the Carolina Panthers do? This is Carolina Dad. Y'all have a good one.